Local coverage you can count on continues with Josh Ayen's Sports Report. Sports coverage you can count on.
From state championship seasons to spectacular individual performances and athletes representing the 260 at the highest level, 2022 was a year to remember for Northeast Indiana and Northwest Ohio. As we look ahead to 2023, we peer back on the year that was. In no particular order, here's our picks for the top 15 sports moments of 2022.
2022 certainly began with a bang for Northeast Indiana. Not one, but two former Highlight Zone stars were present on Super Bowl Sunday. Snyder grad Jesse Bates snatching an interception during Super Bowl 56, but Homestead grad Ben Skoranek getting the last laugh as the Rams hoisted the Lombardi Trophy in their own building. Sticking with football, what a postseason run it was for several teams in the Highlight Zones area. The Cardiac Kids of Columbia City pulling off several late-game comebacks to win a Northeast State title, along with the school's second ever sectional title. Along the way, head coach Brent Fox bringing us to tears with his emotional post-game interviews. But the team of the season may have been the Carroll Chargers. Playing with heavy hearts for their fallen teammate Owen Shaley, Carroll marched on to their best season in program history. This fall, Carroll winning their first regional and semi-state titles while appearing in the Class 6A state title game at Lucas Oil Stadium. Along the way, Carroll won the hearts of the Northeast Indiana community as they remained 0 strong. On the hardwood, Homestead grad Ayanna Patterson wrapped up a sensational prep career by earning the coveted Miss Basketball Award. Patterson won 94 games during her time at Homestead, also being named a McDonald's All-American. Patterson is currently in her freshman season at women's basketball power UConn. On the boys' side, what a year it was for the folks in Albion. Led by Indiana All-Star Connor Esijan, Central Noble marched on to a sectional, regional, and semi-state title. The Cougars also making their first appearance in the state finals, ultimately finishing as Class 2A state runner-up. 2022 was also a year first for the Mastodons. Closing the regular season on a 9-game winning streak, Purdue-Fort Wayne men's basketball earned a share of their first Horizon League regular season title. The Dons would also go on to advance to the league tournament semifinals in Indianapolis before bowing out to Northern Kentucky. It was also a historic year for the Dons on the soccer pitch. Led by Homestead grad Sam Castaneda, Purdue-Fort Wayne enjoyed their best season in program history. The Dons finishing second in the Horizon League with a 9-4-6 record, while Castaneda earned the league's Goalkeeper of the Year honors. While 2022 saw plenty of firsts, it also brought some goodbyes to some legendary faces. Greg Mauk wrapped up a sensational career as head boys soccer coach for Canterbury. The Cavs saved some of their best for last, though, in Mauk's final season, winning a sectional title on a rare buzzer-beating goal, along with a regional title this fall. On the ladies' side, what a year it was for two talented student-athletes. Addie Wiley rewrote the record books as a long-distance runner with Huntington North. This past spring, Wiley setting state records as she captured state titles in the 800 and 1600-meter runs. Weeks later, Wiley would go on to break a national prep track record in the 800-meter run. While Wiley has already blazed her path on the track, Juliana Ocampo is making her presence felt on the wrestling mat. In her freshman season, Ocampo dominated against the girls and boys. She clinched sectional and regional titles while qualifying for the state finals. Back in Butler, there was plenty of buzz surrounding Eastside softball. The Blazers getting hot at the right time, marching all the way to the 2A state title game at Purdue. And for the second time in school history, Eastside was crowned state champion after a thrilling finish against North Posey. Matt Peters may not have had a spectacular high school baseball career, but the Bishop Dwenger grad could be next in line to go from the 260 to the show. A late growth spurt helping Peters clock in at 100 miles per hour on the radar during his time at Ivy Tech, and this past summer, Peters getting drafted in the 12th round of the MLB draft by the Chicago Cubs, as he is currently starting his professional baseball career. As for Fort Wayne's Boys of Summer, perhaps no one wowed the crowds more than Robert Hassel III. This summer with the Tin Caps, Bobby Barrels had a batting average of just under 300, including 55 RBI and 10 home runs. Hassel was also the first active Tin Caps player to play in the MLB Futures All-Star Game this past summer. On the ice, Comets past and present united for a heartwarming cause. Fan favorites like Colin Chalk and Kaylee Schrock supported former Comet Adam Lewis, whose son was diagnosed with a rare form of brain cancer. To help pay for medical costs, hockey fans packed Sport One Parkview Ice House for a charity game, with proceeds going to the Lewis family. Finally, we wrap up your top 15 moments with Northeast Indiana's most recent state champion. For the second time in school history, Black Hawk Christian brought home a state title in volleyball this past fall. Trailing 2-1, the Braves rallied back to knock off Tecumseh in a 5-set classic.
Now's the time for you, the fans, to vote. And right now on the WANE.com sports page, you can look back on these top 15 moments and vote for your favorites. Voting is open from now until New Year's Eve. We'll reveal the winner on Nightcast on Saturday. I'm Josh Agan, and that's your local sports report.